I'm Michelle.
I'm Jed.
It's natural to think of Google Maps being helpful for directions, but I do use it just as much for trip planning as I do for navigation. It's one of the main ways that I find kind of the hidden gems or discover lesser known places, just kind of come across them on Google Maps.
But I think one thing that's a big feature about Google Maps that people don't realize and why it's useful is you can use it on a computer, you can use it on your iPad, you can use it on your phone, a tablet, anything. And anything you do can sync or can talk to each other, all those devices. And I think that's actually a big part of why it's a helpful tool, because if you find a point of interest, you can save it on your computer, and then when you go to your phone and try to use the directions, it's there, right? It syncs and it's there, and you can save your data. So that's to me the number one feature, is being able to save your research and access it whenever you need. I think the second one is real-time data. And what I mean by that is you can go to a point of interest and click on it, and it's pulling in helpful information that is used for planning, right? One of the things I'm always amazed by is how Google can tell you if an area is busy, and that not just being traffic of cars and stuff, but physical people in an area. It's just information that you would not have access to 10, 20 years ago. So I think that is one of the beautiful things about, nerding out about the internet a little bit, is how much data and information you have access to on a device that's about this small. That's pretty incredible.
I think this method helps us to be more flexible with our time when we're actually on the ground.
Very much so.
Because rather than, scheduling out all the list of things to do in advance, we kind of just have those options available. They're pinned on the map. And then based on what we have time for that day or where we happen to be, we can see what else we have pinned in that area.
But you have that research, and it's saved for you on the map. You can visually see it, and that is definitely helpful.
Especially on public transit in another country, I feel like Google Maps has really saved us a few times.
I remember in Hanoi, Vietnam, the bus routes go all over the place. They make U-turns, and you sometimes double back. So in some ways, it's just nice to be able to physically see where you're going and follow that on the map.
Yeah, especially when you don't speak the language and it's not easy to ask the bus driver. So it really gives us security and confidence that we're going in the right place and getting off at the right stop.
And speaking of directions, I feel we use Google Maps often for planning, to see how long it would take to walk from two destinations, or getting from one where you are at your accommodation to the airport. How long does that take? What are the transit opportunities? I mean, in some countries, in some cities, Google Maps has planning that you can use for transit, for mass transit. So all of those things are just helpful to have as tools to use, just having more information.
Could you mess things up if you're just poking around and trying things out?
Nope. I think that's probably one of the best. I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, you can just explore, you can play around with it. I don't think you can really mess it up, and you can't really mess yourself up. The more you use it, the better tool it becomes. And the other thing too is it's free.
All right, well, we hope this has sparked some ideas and helped you understand some ways that you can use the power of a tool like Google Maps to open up possibilities and improve your own trips.
Yeah.
We look forward to sharing more about that in the tutorials. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Happy travels.